Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Where the Fun Begins.
Where the fun begins. A haunting episode for you.
Smooth motions. Smooth.
Smooth like crunchy peanut butter.
What's that for?
Victoria just flipped off Jory, her husband, with her middle finger,
Her middle finger.
using it to extend past her other fingers into one solid
As the
rising
solitary
pyre
finger rises,
in rebellion against her husband.
the other fingers have no choice but to bow.
All right, what's the first topic?
Well, I have some. Mason, did you have anything
I
that
have,
you wanted to go through?
I think one thing. So we'll
One
go
real
through
good
yours.
thing?
We'll go
Okay,
through
that's
yours.
fine. I've got a couple. So we'll do a soft start. How's that? Soft start. Then we'll get real hard.
I like to start hard and then soft.
I think that's the general progression of most
What
things.
if it's hard and then hard?
That
What if
feels
you
like-
stay hard.
That feels like a Game of Thrones like thing where you're like you have the hard opening where it's like either they're fucking or or they're like having battles and shit like that, and then the soft ending
So
where it's
anything
like
with
oh,
Jon
no.
Snow.
Yeah, anything with Jon Snow. It could go both ways
Sometimes
if you
it
know
does.
what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
You're saying it gets hard when Jon Snow's around?
Yeah, at least I do. Anywho, that went on for way too long. So YouTube announced YouTube TV today.
Ooh-wee.
I know it's been kind of in the works, but I think they're now just they're launching it in a few cities. They announced that it's $35 a month, and that the whole focus around it was I took a couple screenshots of it. They basically talked about how cable was kind of useless now. It said clunky cable boxes, and then it crossed through it, like with a line.
Yeah.
And then it said year-long contracts, crossed through that with a line. And then it said triple-digit prices, crossed through that with a line. And then it was like,
Sold.
that's 3 strikes, and you're out. And then it went to some baseball shit and stuff like
Keep
that.
monetizing your videos. Strike one.
strike one. Yeah, I kind of found it funny that it was strikes that they were talking about, because that's how you know
Yeah,
if your
you get
channel's
your-
going to get destroyed, because it's like how many strikes are against you on YouTube.
yeah.
So,
So it's going to be like actual TV channels?
yeah, so far they have...
Like to know that there's like a billion other services that offer that, right?
Right, it's the same shit. So that's why I'm like, I wonder how they're going to compete. $35 a month, I feel like, is the same as like maybe Hulu does that type of stuff.
They don't do TV shows.
They don't do TV shows?
Not live TV, I don't think.
Right. So this would be live TV. So like
but you can
Sling,
get
Sling has
Sling or
that. I don't know
PlayStation
what
View
PlayStation View.
or DirecTV Now. That's a
Right.
thing.
That's on your smartphone and stuff like that, and your smart TVs, I guess. Right. So.
And I was getting that for $10 a month with my AT&T plan.
My
Oh,
question
wow.
is that it's YouTube. There's gonna be ads. It's gonna be a
yeah,
thing.
I mean, I would think that it would probably have ads.
But it shouldn't if you're paying.
It shouldn't
Exactly,
if you're paying
but
for it like
it's
that.
going to.
But it's YouTube.
But
It's
you pay
going
for
to.
cable and you still have ads, so it's like,
Well, I mean, you have commercials, but there's gonna be a commercial, and then boom, the annotated little click here to skip it.
Yeah,
sort of thing's
exactly.
gonna pop up.
well, and that's the thing about
how
interactive
you milk
TV
that
and stuff
cow.
like that. Like, with cable, you can't really interact with it so
Mm-hmm.
much. You just watch the ads and then you keep going, and then you can sometimes use your DVR to rewind. That's like the pinnacle of going back on your cable box and shit like that. But with YouTube, like, you can interact with it so much more than you could like with the shit, what are the Roku boxes and stuff like that. You can, like, if there's an ad, you can actually click on it and it'll go to that. Or like, I think Dish has the same service. Like, if you're
Yeah.
seeing an ad, you can click on it and it'll go and give you more information about it. So I don't know how they're going to do it, but I know some of the popular channels that they're going to have is going to be ABC, CBS, Fox, NBC, and then it says other popular cable networks. So kind of the same thing as Sling and stuff like that, like, and DirecTV Go and stuff.
And it's pretty much the same price
Right, yeah.
as all those other ones. They all start out around between 25 and 35.
My
which I
thing-
just think is still too much.
Right. My thing is, are they offering YouToBread with this? Because if that's the thing, then that might actually be
Now, what's
kind of
YouTube
worth
Red?
it. YouToBread is commercial free, but also you get the premium shows. Like Game Grumps has a series on there now. They've started, and it's like a parody of what is it, like almost like the Ocho
This is
from
a
Dodgeball,
PG
you know?
stream.
What?
I said this is a PG stream.
No. The Ocho was the Dodgeball channel that was like from Dodgeball the movie.
Well, that's
You've
a
never
bold
seen
risk,
it?
Cotton.
What? Anyway, it's kind of like a parody of that, but for gaming. So you, like video games and stuff like that, they have they're going through I guess a tournament. It's this bunch of nobodies that go pro and stuff like that. So it's like a series that they have, and it's a comedy series. It kind of feels like that, you know, like Dodgeball-esque. But since you haven't seen that, it's not a good reference. So, but anyway, if they offer YouTube Red with it, that's kind of a cool like thing. But if you have to pay extra for YouTube Red and then $35 tacked on to YouTube TV,
Now, do you honestly think that they're not gonna, or that they are gonna tack it on?
I wouldn't imagine them
Y'all have
doing
had
that.
dealings with YouTube in the past. I don't really deal with it.
they're not as money hungry as like most websites are, but they're pretty money hungry. So
I don't know. They've done a lot of shady stuff.
they have done a lot of shady stuff. They never tell you what the fuck's going on. Like they just change shit at will and random, and it's people's lives are at line. Like it doesn't really matter to us because we don't make our living off of YouTube. It would be nice to do that one day, but there are people that actually do make their
Like
living
people
off
like
of
that,
YouTube.
like they just got to the point where they could, like, I could do this full time and survive, and then
They
put
change
their
the
ads
algorithm.
down.
And then, boom, no more monies.
Yeah, and they don't tell
Adpocalypse.
anybody about it. Like that's the whole big thing. Like if they had more communication, I think that's their big problem.
And if you're a big guy like Jimmy Kimmel, you can put ads on whenever you want.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. They've had a big old problem with that, like with people coming over from TV to this. They're like, yeah, Jimmy Kimmel has the same ads that are on this other person's channel, and they're fine. They're totally fine. Stuff like that. And they got premium ads and stuff like that, so.
They shouldn't play favorites.
But they are, because that's where the money's at. And it seems like they've forgotten who built YouTube.
And their excuse is, oh, well, these big TV shows, they put their own ads on there.
Yeah.
Still doesn't seem right.
Get
still
together,
doesn't seem
YouTube.
I think Abby's
She's
killing
loose.
her.
She's a loosey goosey.
That's why I put her outside. I also had, because they also had a big part about sports on there.
Ugh.
So I'm like, I'm already like
Enough
not
of
into
your
that.
sports ball.
Yeah, I'm not into your sports balls. So,
Throw your touchdown, get the slam dunk. It's done. We're done.
but there are people that are about that, and that would be a cheap way of seeing all the sports. You know,
Sports are cheap.
sports are cheap now. So,
No,
but I feel like Sling and like View probably have the same connections.
It's pretty much the same exact
So-
thing. And $10 was still too much for me. I still canceled it
right.
because I never watched it.
Right. If you don't use it, then you might as well cancel. Like we don't have cable here because we don't use it. We stream more times than we can.
So my question is, how is YouTube gonna stop the now bootleg videos of Rick and Morty, just for example, that get up a couple hours after the episode airs instead of having the people buy it?
Right. It's like they're live streaming it or something
Yeah.
like that. Yeah. I don't know how they're gonna get around it. They need better checks in place because here's the thing: those channels are gone after that. It's basically after that they're pretty much deleted. They're worthless channels that existed just for this one moment, and that was it.
But that's why I went to YouTube to watch it.
Exactly. So but then they hurt the creators that are actually coming up with good content and with ads that are not premium ads, or they're not giving you premium ads, or they're giving you the lowest tier ads, which are fine, but at the same time, you change the algorithm and then you don't get those ads anymore because you're not advertiser friendly. What does that mean? Like, advertisers should be able to opt in and out of questionable content at will, not and be different tiers. You know what I mean? Like, this ad doesn't matter if it runs on mature content or not. This is fine.
What they need
we
to
don't
do,
care.
What they need to do is they need to have ad tags. I'm going to coin that term right now, ad tags. That way, you tag what your content is about, and they find ads to throw in y'all's videos. That way, it won't be, explicit content or, mature content or whatever. If you're adding guns, throw in, Gander Mountain.
Yeah.
As an ad. Or not
Yeah.
Gander Mountain, they're closed.
Well, I think that's how it used to be, but now they're so. I don't know if they're so infatuated with no guns, but like
PC.
anytime that a gun is mentioned, it feels like you get demonetized. Anytime that maybe questionable content's mentioned at all, you're demonetized. Which for us doesn't really matter, like I said, but in the future it could, and for people that actually do make a living.
Except if you're already famous on YouTube.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't matter if you're famous or if you don't make a living off YouTube. It's those middle guys that are getting screwed over that just literally make enough to get by.
That we're making enough to get by.
That we're making, because now they're not. Probably. But that's why the sponsor system is so great, because you can have people that do want to sponsor you and help you create content. And
but of the
Patreon
$5, YouTube still does take $1.50.
They do take money from the sponsor system, which I guess it is their fucking service, and we all live in their fucking bubble. But
which is what Patreon's around for. I don't know how much they take.
They do take some, but it's their website, so it's like it's the same concept, like. But you have different tiers. YouTube sets the price on sponsors. Like on Patreon, there's no cap really. So you can pretty much give what you want per month.
Join the GameVersUs Us. What is it? Patreon?
Do we have a Patreon? I don't think we have Patreon.
We're gonna get one. What's a good price for the top tier? $1,000 a month?
Wow.
$1,000 a month, and you will get Scott as your personal maid for 1 week out of that month.
Wait, what the fuck? What?
He gives feet massages.
Do I get the $1,000 then?
He will massage your scalp.
No, it goes to both of us. I'm not setting it up. It's my service.
I mean, we've already set one up. It's just not.
We have not
published.
You just said we don't have one.
Because we don't have one.
I'm
because
trying to lure people in.
A roll of duct tape will be provided.
Wait, we didn't do it because we thought we didn't have enough content.
You're screwing up my flow.
You're right. I am screwing up your
Throwing
flow.
off the pitch.
I already lost it all. It's never coming back again.
Oh my god.
Just money down the drain.
Oh man.
Someone would have bought that.
I like how Jory's the buy this now type of guy on the streams and on the podcast and all that stuff.
It's great.
It's different from his regular personality.
But there's nothing to buy.
But there's nothing to buy, literally.
Nothing to buy.
We do want to make shirts, but we don't know if people would actually want them. So
write in the comments if you would buy a shirt.
We had some ideas, like what? Like a Jeep, and it was going to say Pachinki 4x4.
Yeah, the
Little
Pachinki
bitty
4x4.
quote at the
Yeah.
bottom, because it's not really trademarked yet.
it's not trademarked. It's not
No,
really
'cause,
called a Pachinki 4x4.
It was us that started the
Yeah.
Pachinki 4x4.
I mean, I haven't heard anybody else use it, so
Nobody will.
it was fantastic.
Unless Ryan Johnson's spreading around all the other streams.
Damn it, Ryan. But anyway, yeah. So that's YouTube. That's rant for that, I suppose. I have Star Wars related news. China.
All right, game show time. Who's ready?
Oh man, can you fix that? Here, I can fix it if you want. I actually see it more than you do, probably.
Is there a way to turn off that?
I've tried. I turned the screensaver off. It still just does it. I don't know why. I think my Fire Stick's bunk. All right.
Your Fire
It's
Stick's
because it's Amazon Fire Stick.
it's more like just a smolder
If I
stick.
gave it a little bit longer, an ad would have popped up.
You know what? I love Amazon though.
Amazon is
Amazon
great.
and Amazon
I
Prime.
bought Victoria a
love 'em.
Fire tablet, right?
Yeah.
It was $50. Not
Yeah.
a bad price. A tiny tablet. Battery life's terrible. Ads pop up.
Ads pop up.
Yes. That's their whole deal. Ads pop up on your old tablet no matter what you're doing. We're reading a book. Bam. Oh, Angry Birds ad. Nope. Exit out.
Really? That's
Yeah,
weird.
all the time. Ads just pop up all over
That's
it.
super weird. That's confusing.
It's stupid. All right. You guys want... I can warm up one first?
Let's get a warm up one.
Who wants to go first?
Mason, go first this time.
Okay, what did you say?
I said Scott.
What did you say?
I said Mason go first this
All
time.
right, well, I gotta find a coin to flip.
Oh man, no coins. Damn, that's not good.
All right, Scott.
Okay. 3, 2, 1. No, 3, 2, 1, shoot. 3, 2, 1, shoot.
Okay, I'll go first.
There you go. One win.
Fair enough.
One win.
I
That's all you
accept the
need.
defeat.
This is the warm up. This is an actual movie.
All right.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
There's a dude with a chainsaw in Texas, and it's actually near here, if I remember correctly. It's Austin, not Austin. It's in a place near here. I've never seen it, but he kills a bunch of people.
Can I steal that point from him?
Sure.
Leatherface.
Ooh, no.
What?
Sorry.
That wasn't the point.
No, the point was Jessica Biel.
What
I've-
in the
I've never seen
fuck is up with these point systems?
Hey,
This is literally the worst.
All right, yours. Carrie.
Carrie is about Carrie. She's a typical nerd girl who's wallflowerish and type stuff like that. She has magical powers because she's possessed by demons, and she terrorizes the whole town at the end, even spilling blood onto the stage of the king and queen of the dance.
can I challenge that? Because she doesn't spill the blood. The blood gets
Oh,
spilled
no,
on
spilled on her. Damn it. You're right.
Ha-ha.
Spilled on her. But she is
Win.
the queen of the
And
dance.
she like closes the doors and then she
yeah, and then
kills
she's
them
like,
all.
bruh.
Yeah.
Have y'all seen the new one? Was it any good?
I haven't seen.
I
I haven't
heard it's
even seen
terrible.
the old one.
Really?
Then again, most remakes are terrible.
Yeah, most remakes.
All right, now your own Shark Tank.
Now, where the fun begins.
Shark Tank it up. Make the viewer want to give you money.
Okay, viewer,
It's like I do every time I get
You're gonna
one.
love my movie.
All right,
You're gonna love my movie. You're gonna love my...
Death's Warm Embrace.
Death's Warm Embrace. I feel that that's a movie about like
Death.
fire, right? So it has like this firefighter who's a really good firefighter, and he's saving people, but then a fire breaks out at his own house and he can't save his wife and children, so he goes crazy and he starts starting these fires on all these people who are like known arsonists, and he's like getting vengeance on them, and it's real spooky how he does it. So like chop down their front door and like burn them with some fire.
I would like to challenge that.
What's all this challenge crap coming up?
I think we should both do both.
Okay, what do you want to challenge?
Okay, I
Death's
think it
Warm
should be
Embrace.
about Death, who is kind of like the Grudge monster or something like that, but she's cold all the time and she needs to hug humans.
You're gonna turn
that
this
are
into a
warm.
romance.
Yeah.
Oh,
that are
God.
warm and when she touches them they die, but she takes their heat from them for a moment, and that's why she needs the heat.
What would y'all rather see? A death romance romp?
No, it's not a it's not a romance.
Crazed ex-firefighter.
I told you it's Death who's cold and needs warmth
juicy.
to survive.
So a Jack Frost Twilight, or
What?
a dude left his toaster on and killed his family. Which one do you want to see?
That's
Yes.
fucking stupid.
All right. I do like that part. You simplify our movies into their most basic
Too bad it
forms.
just happened in
Jesus Christ.
the last episode of it.
All right.
Scott, are you ready?
Yes, I'm
continue.
ready.
Virtual reality.
All right, so it's this kid who's addicted to virtual reality. It's the newest craze. It's even more advanced than ever, and he goes into it's like the Sword Art Online bullshit, where you go into the computer and stuff like that, and your mind is basically transferred in there, and you're running around and shit. Well, then it starts happening. He starts figuring out that people, when they die in the game, they actually die in real life, like Final Fantasy bullshit, right?
Okay.
But they die how they die in the game. So if you get killed by like a paladin or something like that, a paladin comes in real life and kills you with a big old sword. Like, I could see the visuals of this being really cool.
Oh yeah.
So
I'm good.
You don't have a rebuttal?
I do not. That's
what? No
I was-
rebuttals? I'm gonna rebuttal everything you say.
Rag.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Scout's Honor.
Scouts honor. Obviously, it's about the Boy Scouts.
See, you went there.
Okay. I mean,
He's gonna start his out with. Obviously, it's about the Girl Scouts.
obviously, it's about a non-gender specific scouting group called the Scouts, and they're on a camping trip, and they're telling ghost stories around the fire, which is traditional for your scouting adventures. And then it flashes into the stories, and they're like kind of like the VR thing. They start becoming real. It's like they hear howling, but it's like monster howling. And then they all, it's just the story's getting us on edge, and then they like wake up and one of the tents all ripped to shreds, and the child's off, and have to go find it using all their scouting knowledge, but it wasn't enough.
So it could be like an 80s
Yeah.
time period movie too.
Yeah.
That'd be cool. I would like that. I like that. No rebuttal.
No, very nice.
No rebuttal.
very
You
nice.
win.
All right. This is Werewolf.
If it's a story about
I mean, if there's a story, it's like Cabin in the Woods, where you choose your own destiny type
they're
thing.
just telling stories around
They're
a
telling
campfire.
stories, yeah. So all the things that they told around that campfire came to life. Maybe there's an Indian burial ground there, and that's why it's happening.
Had to get political. This is a non-gender specific scouting movie, Scott.
Okay, got you. Yeah.
Little Voice in My Head.
Ooh. It's just a movie about me.
Rob.
have a voice in my head, and it talks to me, and it tells me to do things that I don't like to do. And eventually I kill my best friends and all the people that I work with. And
That's just normal.
yeah, no, it's
Just
just
a documentary.
it's me in 15 years. So just know 15 years your deadline, then get out. So yeah.
Now you know.
No, I think it's about a guy who's going crazy from a voice in his head.
Right, time's up.
Yeah, I went there.
I feel like a challenge would be really appropriate there, but
Do it.
Rebuttal.
Do it.
nah, I'm
Do
gonna let
it.
it slide.
Do it.
I'll take the easy win on my other ones.
You're just gonna leave Scott's midlife crisis to just bask in all the glory?
Midlife.
Well,
15 years.
Shit.
That's what you said.
Fuck me. I'm old as shit.
You said it. All right.
I didn't say midlife crisis. I said
We all know that's what it is.
15 years.
My happy place.
My happy place. All right. This is about a recurring or a recovering like drug user or alcoholic or like something, right? He's trying to do a better place, but it's like everywhere he goes, he's trying to get pulled back into his bad lifestyle. So he tries to go to his happy place, right? Well, it's like he just like think of my happy place, think of my happy place. He's just murmuring all this stuff that people think he's crazy. So that gives him a bad rap, and he's just trying to do good on his own, but then he like snaps. And then he goes back to his happy place, which is, either doing drugs or killing people or something, kind of make it spooky. Like he's like, gotta go to my happy place. He's just stabbing the dude. And he's just like not even thinking about it because he's in his happy place.
Rebuttal?
Nah, I'm good with that.
All these rebuttals are going to be a thing.
Well,
Oh,
they
they
were,
were.
but
They-
then he actually got good.
Sleepwalker.
Ooh,
I used
Sleepwalker.
to sleepwalk.
Well, I am going to go the conventional route, but I think we can turn this around. It is about a guy who is diagnosed with sleepwalking. But he's an older man. He's an older gentleman. Like, maybe we're going like 75.
43?
No. 75-ish. And he has maybe his grandkids living with him, and maybe his kids are taking care of him, or something like that. And so the kids are like all watching their grandpa sleepwalk every night, and like going through the house and then like saying weird shit and like rah, 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 rah. And maybe maybe it's just one of those M. Night Shyamalan movies that don't really have an ending, but it's just like creepy the whole
Except the
time.
twist
It was
is that
the
he was
plants.
possessed
It
by
was
a
the plants.
monster.
Yeah.
He was possessed by a demon.
I don't think it needs to be that. I think it just needs to be the scariness of the grandpa and
No, the twist was he wasn't sleepwalking at all. He was awake the entire time. It's just he was crazy and thought his kids were there.
Oh, like
Yeah.
the kids were never there.
Like the kids were never there. He
Oh
was
my
just
god!
crazy
Okay,
walking around the house.
that is an
Yeah.
M. Night Shyamalan thing.
There
That's a
you
good
go.
twist. That's good.
Lots of twists.
Latte twists.
Right.
I like that.
Yeah.
We're getting some good ideas
We
here.
are. We better start
Hollywood?
writing these down.
What's up?
It's under the floor.
It's under the floor. Well, I'm thinking Indian burial ground. Just
You would.
because,
Political.
political.
Just because it was already mentioned.
Just because it was already mentioned.
It's a callback. That's what
It's a
that's what
callback.
comedy is. It's
It's
callbacks.
a sequel. So they this rich family, they buy this plot of land, they build their house. It's this godly, super mansion, and then weird stuff starts happening in the house. The walls start, the paper starts peeling off or like it gets cracked. I don't know if anyone uses wallpaper anymore, but it cracks. And like the lights are flickering, and they have to figure out what's going on. And then they, figure out that it's on Indian burial ground, but they don't leave because they spent too much money. It's that kind of family, They're the actual.
So every like haunted house movie ever.
Yeah.
We're in too deep. We can't.
But they're like really pompous about it because they're your typical average, above average white family. They're like, oh, we're not gonna leave our house. We paid too much money. Where am I gonna park my Mercedes? All that stupid shit.
They just deserve to die.
Yeah, and then you eventually side with the
ghosts, and they're like, yeah, fuck 'em.
It's like finally they
Kill
get
them.
they
God.
get what they deserve.
God damn. I'm
If
down.
that's another twist. You side with the
You side with the ghost. You're like, wow, these people
they
are shit.
deserve it. Yeah.
Are you ready for the last one?
I am ready for the last one.
Safe word.
All right, I am going that route.
This fall.
So pineapple is a safe word, and it's what this couple uses to, make sure that they don't go a little too far in their role playing. And shit, I don't even know where I'm gonna go with this.
Just rant.
Dude, I'm drawing so many blanks right now. Safe word threw me off so much. Yeah, that's it. That's
50 Shades of Pineapples.
50 Shades of Pineapples.
50 Shades of Fruit.
I don't know. I think there needs to be a rebuttal.
Save this one.
Save it.
Safe word.
Right? Right?
I was thinking something along the word of safe, where it's like the key is in like this safe, and they have to get to the safe. It's like Saw. Have to figure out the combination.
Oh, you got to figure out
the safe word.
The safe word, whatever the safe word.
You know, because
is.
I don't have my mind in the gutter.
Oh, mine lives in the gutter. It breeds in the gutter. It stays.
I really ended on that bad of a note.
Yeah.
Hey,
this was a good show. I can't wait for next.
We
I can't wait for
started
next
hard,
year.
We ended soft.
I can't wait for next year, October. We're gonna do this all October next
watch
year.
more scary movies. Have more ideas.
I have like the scariest movie I've seen was like the Alien movies.
Because I had so many ideas just from listening to y'all talk. But I can't. I'm not a contestant, so.
Yeah. See, we had good ideas.
I never said that.
Yeah. Jory liked all of the ideas.
Out of all of our ideas, which one would you, if you were gonna take Victoria out on a scary movie or just a regular movie? Which one do you think she would want to see and it would drag you there? That's probably a better
Safe
question.
Yeah.
Which version is safe word? The Saw version or the pineapple version?
My version.
We're not getting into this.
That was good. That was a good segment.
I like it.
Good segment.
All right. Let me get what I got.
You go real quick.
It's really just the
Do
one
you.
thing. Lots of people have been real antsy about the single player DLC for the GTA 5. Right?
I did hear about that, yeah.
It's not gonna happen.
Nope. It's
never gonna happen. Let your hopes just
I
flutter
thought they
away.
said they found some of this coding in the game already. No.
They said
Well, they had like the Yeti stuff and all that, but other than that, like that was pretty much it. They spent all their time on the.
what did they say? They said something specific about it. It's like it was real like in your face too.
Mhm.
We did not feel the single player expansions were either possible or necessary, but we may well do them for future projects. So it's like you're not gonna get it. You shouldn't have even asked.
Mhm. Yeah.
They did say the reasoning behind it was that they were using all the people who do that stuff to work on Red Dead Redemption also, and that's what their resources were being used on.
Right. I mean, I could see that, but I feel like they as soon as they put it out, they were like, all right, GTA Online's our next project. And then as soon as GTA Online like took off and everything like that, they pushed more of their single player people and resources into that. And then whenever Red Dead Redemption 2 was like underway, they pushed every bit that they didn't have to put onto online. They pushed it onto that. So it's like they just never gave it a chance. To me, that's what I feel like. But it would have been nice to see some more.
The way I see it, they had to push people to where the money was. I mean, you could
Well, yeah.
make DLC and charge for it, but you know how many mods there are out there?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Someone could have just easily duplicated it.
Yeah, no, they went the right way. Microtransactions for that game were the good type of microtransactions.
It was possible to buy everything.
It was.
You just had to play a lot.
Had to play a lot.
There's a lot of games like that, but
And I hate microtransactions, and I think they did it the best because they gave you free content. You didn't have to pay for the DLC, but you did have to pay for like in-game stuff. Like if you wanted a yacht, you literally had to pay for it, but you could get it by doing their missions.
But their missions never paid enough money. I don't
Well,
wanna sit
you
there
could
and
eventually
grind.
get enough money.
I know, but I don't want to sit there and grind for.
that's all
$7
games are
million.
grinds nowadays.
That's all they are,
I
man.
know.
It way harsher than like Destiny wise, you know what I mean?
It ain't no Candy Crush.
But I feel like you get more out of it. Like Destiny, you get a gun. You get more out of it if you do GTA. Like GTA, I feel like if you grinded in GTA, you got way more out of it than you did like from any other game.
Yeah, but you can't have fun because remember when we tried doing the heists, we were just messing around. We didn't get any money.
Well, that's what. See, it's like it becomes a job at that point. You work, and then when you get enough money, you can finally have fun.
But then you just keep it in your garage or out in the ocean. and
Yeah, no
never
shit,
have
right?
fun.
You want to play it though because they had that one bike with like the wings.
Yeah, the little rocket bike.
With the wings.
Yeah, I want that so bad.
Like you could hit a ramp and you just fly.
Microtransaction.
Sounds so cool. Sounds so cool.
I have another thing.
Okay.
Today in gaming,
Oh God.
actually, it's not a game. 17 years
What?
ago. 17 years ago, the PlayStation 2 came out. The console.
Wow, that was a good fucking
this day?
system.
On the
Friday?
Yes, on Friday, because I moved it to where it would be on the.
Good shit.
I
Good
think.
shit.
I don't know. Minimal
It's
effort.
close enough.
Minimal to this week in gaming.
PlayStation 2 was honestly one of the best consoles
It
ever
really
made.
was. It was
lasted
a
for so long.
huge jump from PlayStation
Yeah.
1 to PlayStation 2.
It was amazing.
Because then you got games like Shadow of Colossus, which was amazing for its time. You had
Never played it.
it was really,
But I
really
have
good.
it.
You do have it.
You should play it. It's amazing.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
We should play it on like a stream.
A
or
stream.
something.
That's what y'all should bring for the 24-hour or the 12-hour stream.
Ooh.
Shadow of the Colossus.
See, there's the thing. It's a thing.
Mhm.
It's super hard to
I hear
do all of
excuses.
that together. Unfortunately,
Womp.
sorry. Consoles are not the king anymore. Unfortunately.
Consoles. I got that on my computer.
Okay, we don't emulate anything either.
It's actually not an emulation.
Well, there you can get Legend of Zelda on the PC now, and I just realized that the new one,
Mm-hmm.
and I want to get it so bad. But you have to have the emulator, but you pay for the game.
What I did
So,
is I can't remember how, or what software it was, but it was the software you buy,
mhm.
and it kind of tricks your computer, or maybe it's the codecs or whatever it is, but you put your actual disc in your disk drive, and it plays it off the disc. I did that for a couple of my PlayStation 1 games. I played it off the actual disc.
Really,
Yeah.
That's
It
pretty
was
cool.
the craziest thing.
that's pretty cool.
Yeah. And then I emulated Shadow of the Colossus.
So what's your favorite PlayStation 2 game of all time?
I don't know. It's probably gonna be Shadow of Colossus because we played that one.
The two games that I really played a lot was like Tony Hawk, and I played Kingdom Hearts. So probably Kingdom Hearts.
What about you?
Toss up between, I don't know, Resident Evil 4 and Timesplitters. I had both of those on it.
Oh, Resident Evil 4. Yeah. Wait, wasn't what game system was fuck. I'm trying to think. Gordon Freeman. What's a
Orange Box.
Yeah, Orange Box.
Xbox.
Fucking was that Xbox? Okay.
Half-Life.
Yeah, Half-Life. There you go. Yeah. So, Valve. That's right. Okay. So, I guess that makes sense. But yeah, I would say probably Kingdom Hearts. I spent more time on that one game just because it was
More time, it was probably Timesplitters.
yeah.
I don't know if you ever played that game or not.
I played Timesplitters. It was weird. It was cool.
It
they
was
had
weird. It was
Xbox. They had
great.
it on Xbox too, I believe. But
Yeah, it was on all of them, but I had it on the PlayStation.
Yeah, it was a weird.
Are y'all gonna be getting the new Wolfenstein game?
No.
I want it. I really want it, but I don't have time to play it, man. Unless we were gonna stream it, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
It comes out Friday.
I think so. Comes
Yeah.
out today.
Today it came out
Today.
today. Cool. I did see a couple people pre-streaming it like Monday, and one of the people that I follow, James Willems, he's on Funhouse, the channel Funhouse. He was streaming it, and he could only go so far before like you have a DMIC or whatever, DMCI or whatever, the fucking disclaimer where you
Yeah.
can't go past certain part, but. It looks cool. I've seen it played a little bit. You start out like in a wheelchair and stuff like that, and it's like the gunplay looks really nice. The mechanics look the same as the previous one, but still,
There's the copyright.
No, I think you can have 3 seconds of copyrighted things before you.
No, it's Spencer
What do you say?
interrupting our podcast.
What a bitch!
Don't forget those movies.
Don't forget those. Why?
Well,
Why is he
he
watching the
can't
movie?
have
What
them
is he?
now.
What is he doing? What's he doing with the movies?
I don't know. Probably going to watch them.
Is he taking
He says
someone
for
on
a
a date?
bachelor party. For their bachelor party, they're gonna sit around
I
and
feel like he's
play
I feel like
D&D
he's-
one shots and watch the Halloween movies. A bunch of dudes
I feel like he's
sitting in a circle,
lying.
friendship circle.
I feel like he's lying.
We stand.
Is he lying? We stand. Anywho,
We played a new game this week called Deceit.
Okay.
oh
I
my god,
actually liked that game a lot. And I usually
Yeah.
don't like them.
It was one of the better free games we've
spooker
ever played.
games, But my favorite part is when I think you and I were the monster. Again, we were always the monster. And you were smuggling on someone else. And it was me, Spencer, and I think Scott were up in that stairwell. And I was like, come on, we gotta go help him. And we run, and I was a monster too. And we run down the stairwell.
And then Spencer screamed.
He was following right behind me. And he's like, you come down this, this. And I went and I curved into this room real fast. And I spun around. I pressed my monster button. I became this schmuggin. And he came right. Schmuggin. And he came right around the corner. I just lunged at him. Oh my God.
He screamed so loud.
He did scream.
It was
I
my
want to
favorite.
go back and watch the stream again.
Yeah.
Just to see that part.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure he was streaming too. But I wasn't sure.
Okay.
I wasn't sure.
Oh
my God, that was my favorite bit.
It was good. It was very easy. Like I could vault through windows really quick.
Oh yeah.
Jory did it too, and I was surprised.
You could vault through windows.
You vault through windows.
You
You
had
could do a
power-ups,
lot.
but there wasn't a million of them.
Yeah.
It was free.
It was free. It was great game all around for me. Like
and all the microtransactions were cosmetic.
yeah.
So
So there's
play
nobody's better
Deceit.
than anybody else.
There was a few bugs, but
Yeah.
very
There
minor bugs.
are,
Like the one
yeah.
time that we killed you as the what did you say? Schmuggum?
Schmuggin.
We killed you as a schmuggum, and for like a half a second, your character popped up. So we knew
Yeah.
who you were.
So we knew who I was.
and then you still tried to deny it.
Yeah.
I had to.
Yeah, I mean, it was a fun game. I enjoyed it. Me and Mason probably make the best team of monsters. I don't want to touch his hand.
I fucking hate you. I hate you both.
But we were undefeated whenever we were both the monsters.
Yeah. Yeah. We.
I mean, you were only at twice, but
but we won.
Still 100%.
I don't think. No, we did. I did lose a couple times due to the oxygen.
Like whenever
level.
we're like the both ones though. Like
Yeah.
whenever we're both the monsters, we always won.
We did. We were the.
definitely a
dream
good game. And I want to play it again
Yeah.
soon. It was so fun.
It was really
So,
really fun.
I mean, nothing really changed because whenever we play any other game, we just lie to each other nonstop. Anyways.
Yeah, that's what we
It was
do.
but
the
this
same
game
thing.
there's a purpose.
But
to it.
this game, it actually tells you to have to do that. So, what about okay, well, I'll go real quick through moronic beasts this week. If you didn't see last week's episode, Jory Gaston went down, and that's where we left off the cliffhanger. Is he going to survive? Spoilers.
I already have my
We
next
don't
character.
know. But yeah, this one's actually really cool. The spider encounter, the ambush, finds its conclusion, and there's some Durgar that we find in the.
There's the people we do the thing with the thing.
There's a deal to be made.
We get ripped off.
So if you
something fierce.
if you haven't watched that episode yet, it came out Wednesday. You should check that out. A shameless shout out and all that shit. I had one more thing, but we don't really have to go through it if we don't want to.
What is it? What
It
is
was Poe Dameron turning to the dark side. They said that there was a new Chinese, like from China, the new character bios came out,
Yeah.
and you know how when you translate stuff to another language that some of that is
Kinda wonky.
lost, yeah, and wonky. Well, it did say that well, he was supposed to be killed off in the first draft of the 7th movie. He was supposed to die in the TIE fighter crash. Well, apparently, when they brought him back, we were kind of wondering what he was going to go through and stuff like that. Well, now it came out that he might be. There's either a miscommunication between the rebels and the First Order, that maybe the First Order is like wondering where his allegiance lies, and where and maybe the Alliance and the rebels are wondering where his allegiance lies. That's what it's kind of alluding to. So maybe we'll see some cool stuff like that on this one. So I would like to see more Poe Dameron. I liked his character. It was cool.
I don't know who that was.
He was the TIE fighter, the pilot. He was the pilot in the one with Boyega.
Oh, I like Boyega.
Yeah, I know you do.
I think Boyega likes Poe.
I think that it might be true. I think that they might.
You see the looks that he gives him when he's wearing his jacket.
They might all hook up. You don't know. Might be the first gay couple in Star Wars.
Besides R2-D2 and C-3PO.
Well, besides them, we all know they're plugging holes.
Oh.
Anyway.
Scott.
Anyway.
That was awful. That was the worst.
Do you have anything to say to that?
Nope. Redeem yourself, Scott.
Give one chance.
Try.
Give
I
one
can't
chance.
redeem myself.
Try to just try.
Anything.
Send us out with a dad joke, Mason.
I had one earlier this morning. I was in a pun contest. Okay. I submitted 10 puns, and they kept failing and finally the judges came back and said, "I'm sorry you didn't win." I was like, "Well, that's not funny." He's like, "Yeah, no pun."